There's currently a roadblock. My first live stream since finishing up with work today. I was out in Roma, Texas. I have it as a members only chat right now. So we're a little bit past the real closure here. It's just past 8 p.m. here. And it is a Monday night, Monday evening. Thanks for checking it out. I haven't seen the site yet during the daytime in about almost a week. So excited to get back. I'll be out here tomorrow as well during the daytime. The next tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll be doing a lot of time here on the site, and I'll be getting a lot of day shots. I'm not sure if they detanked. You're the first to mention anything about detanking, Tom. Nice to see you, Tom Sicoli. But I'm over here at the roadblock about 2 miles away, and the police and sheriff are still here, and there's a lot of trucks here lined up waiting to go through down to the launch site. So it's unusual to see this many trucks here, but there are at least 7, maybe more than 10 trucks just waiting here at the roadblock, with soil and dirt, those kind of trucks, those soil hauling trucks. There's a lot of them here at the roadblock. I haven't seen this type of, I haven't seen these trucks piled up here before, waiting for a road closure to open up. So what's been going on here? If you've been following the site, what kind of tests have they been doing? And I think I saw maybe they double stacked it, and I think they moved the newest Starship. They brought that down. I think there's maybe 2 Starships and 2 boosters. I haven't seen any of the live streams from anybody else recently, but that's the last thing that I kind of saw about the site. Maybe they had stacked it again, and there were a couple Starships down there with a couple boosters. Yeah, this is a members only chat right now. 25 is on the suborbital pad, says Tom. Good. Wow, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh, okay, so it's on pad B, huh? That's cool. Starship 25 is on pad B. That's great. Good stuff. Thank you. Well, over the last week, I've been making at least $150 a day. So the work I'm doing is worth it, It's helped me pay off some of the bills for the credit card debt, as well as the land purchase that I got in June or July. That buying of the land sent me back several $1,000s. So I'm paying off that debt, and I'm getting ahead on my bills. So that's the important thing about why I'm doing that work outside. It feels good to be making money and paying off debt and all that stuff. So I'm sitting much better than I was a few months ago. No enemies, awesome. Falcon member for 3 months. Good afternoon. Smash that thumbs up, like. Awesome, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. I liked reading your comments yesterday. I forgot what it was, but I did see it. Pretty cool. Yeah, so the Japanese and the Australians have a mission to Phobos, one of the 2 moons of Mars. So that's pretty cool. That's something I've talked about as an ocean cam mission. I don't know anything about if there's any ice on Phobos or anything like that, but if there is, then that would be, I have to do more research on that. But I saw that today, that the Australian Space Agency, in collaboration with JAXA, the Japanese Space Agency, they're collaborating on a mission to Phobos, one of those 2 moons around Mars. Yeah, I hope you had a great day too. Know what I miss? Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. So I reached out to the personnel that are working at the JAXA and the Australian Space Agency on LinkedIn, and I also send a message to one of the Washington D.C. representative for JAXA here in the United States. So the Japanese representative here from that Japanese space agency. The only thing I could say about that, which could potentially be negative, is that the Japanese have been getting demolished by the powers that be around the world with the Fukushima attack on Japan, as well as some of the other stuff that's going on. And so, you know, with the attacks, economic attacks that are happening on Japan, I don't know if those attacks would carry over into the Phobos moon mission. So that could be a little bit of a curse on top of any success coming out of that mission to Phobos, because it involves the Japanese as well as the Australians. So there are different forces and families in the world which don't like the Japanese for one reason or another, and they have been wreaking havoc on Japan. So the success of a Japanese mission is questionable. Not because they don't have the skill, but because they have enemies. Hey, Sir Chris, nice to see you. So yeah, it looks like those blinking lights are coming from the tower. There are also some other sheriff lights to the right of me, which are still flashing here at the roadblock. Yeah, so Chris, this is my first live stream since about 5-6 days ago. I'm gonna be out here tomorrow again as well, and Wednesday also. So Thursday, I'm gonna be meeting with some attorneys on Thursday to go over a possible game plan for Ocean Camera Space Corp. Yeah, thanks, Sir Chris. So I've made, I had plenty of opportunities not to stick around this week and to actually just keep working this week. I had the opportunity to just keep working this week and make $150 a day, but I said, no, I committed to this meeting with the attorneys, and, there's a Phidias is here, and there's a lot of opportunity here, and I haven't done anything on the channel for a little bit. So there is a drone up there in the sky. I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom out a little bit. It's on the left, on the top. I don't know if we can get that drone. It is, it's a reddish, let me tilt up. There it is. I think you can see it. Top left of the screen, there's a red dot moving toward us. So the drone is coming back. I don't know if that means anything, but so I had the opportunity to work all week, even through next week, without taking any break, and make $150 a day. But I said, nah, let's move the Ocean Cam mission forward. I've worked enough days, and time to take a break and do my passion here with this channel. So that's why I'm here, and I'm gonna see what kind of work I can do here on site, and also have a lot of fun too. Let me go back in the chat here. There's a bunch of stuff while I was talking when it came in. No one says, gotta love moon missions, exciting times. Wish all involved a successful mission. Yeah, I wish the successful mission for all involved over there in Japan, as well as in Australia. Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, if you're around, Sir Chris, that'd be awesome. Nice. Yeah. Good stuff. Moonduster, hey, nice to see you. Everybody, Moonduster lives here in Brownsville, and has we met up and had some food together a few times. Good stuff. He's been a supporter of the channel as well. Hey, so yeah, maybe maybe Dunik, the gentleman who works at that place where you live, Moonduster, maybe he said he'll get back to me, but it was looking as a possibility that we'd do some tours. Yeah, but I'm gonna be maybe getting some things done here this week. I was able to buy that land, Moonduster, so I am a property owner here, and I've been able to drive out to the property along the North Shore here, and I'm gonna, so and I'm actually I want to build a better. I want to build like maybe a concrete structure or something else to have the camera so it doesn't shake. So that's going to be coming down the road sometime eventually. Also of note for everybody, more importantly for everybody, is the fact that we're almost at the new moon time frame here. So the new moon is in less than a day. We're gonna have the new moon here, and as I said about 2.5-3 weeks ago, that once we got past the 4% past the full moon would be all the bad news. So we've had about 2.5 weeks of bad news, and the stock market has gone down, the 10-year yield has gone up, and crypto has gone down. So if you've been able to anticipate that type of activity, maybe you've been able to make some money or get more tokens or whatever it is that you do. But I believe if this month coming up, in a few days from now, we'll get 4% past the new moon, 4 to 7%. And at that point, I believe all the markets and all the good news will be released. So the last 2 to 3 months, maybe even longer, I've seen that the news people have been saving up all the good news to release it at a certain time, and then they save up all the bad news and they release that at a certain time. So I've been seeing that all the good news gets released after the new moon, a little bit after the new moon, and all the bad news gets released after the full moon. So we've had a lot of bad news for the last 2 weeks, and I think we've had almost as much bad news as we can take. So they're going to start releasing the good news so that they can create the waves in the market. And so if you're, you got to do your own research, and this is just not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, but I have been able to in the last, oh look, I'm going to zoom out. This is odd. The drone actually has a light on it. Interesting, I've never seen that before. Well, not recently. So they're looking for something out here. I'm not sure what it is. But I've been able to increase my holdings because of anticipating it drops at certain times in the market, and being able to buy back in and have more tokens because I didn't hold on to it while it dropped. So we're maybe going to experience some upturn in the market, or maybe it'll crash entirely. So I'm just a YouTuber and also a business owner. But in the description of this video, it says this is not financial advice, and this is just what I'm doing here. So, all right, so we're looking at the SpaceX launch site here in South Texas. It is October 24th, I believe, 2022. We gotta be, let's see what time it is. It is about 8:20 p.m. and that's what's going on. I don't know if I'll be going down to the launch site tonight, but I'll play it by ear. But I may just go back to the remote camera site and go to sleep. So Chris, I just got back about 20 minutes ago. I just got back to the site about 30 minutes ago, but I started live streaming about 20 minutes ago. I was working about 2.5 hours west of here in Roma, Texas. Helping a lady run for county judge, and I was getting paid decent money to do that, and they had me in a hotel and everything, so it was real nice, real nice. It was I was working for Maria Hernandez. She's running for county judge in Roma, Texas. Se postula para let me say it. Jusa del Condado, Maria Hernandez. That's how it's said in Spanish. Running for county judge. Si quiere aprender más como él, esto es un poco información, aprender más como ella. Yeah. So, a little bit of information to learn more about her. Check her out online. Good lady, good lady. This is also a chat to learn about whatever you want to talk about, you know. Third hardest job on the planet. Which one is that, Sir Chris? County judge? You know, be safe. I bought some, yep, oh, county judge, sir. Okay, I got you. Sir Chris says that's one of the hardest jobs on the planet here, everybody. County judge. If any of you are going door to door, I would recommend, you got to be careful for those dogs because they're not all nice. So I started carrying a bar to defend myself against some of the dogs, and I bought some mace because you got to be careful. A lot of, in Hidalgo and Mission here in Texas, there are a lot of poor areas and they have a lot of dogs, and they're very vicious. So if you're ever going to be going door to door, I would recommend carrying some mace and stay close to your vehicle and carry a metal bar to protect yourself. Wear some good shoes too. You don't want to die while you're trying to do good in the world. If you can, doesn't hurt to carry a firearm either. I don't have any weapons, but if I did, it would have been a smart move. Here in Texas, I went to a gun shop and they said, yeah, a pepper spray. Okay, I got some. Yeah, I bought some mace, but they said you're allowed to carry a weapon in Texas. And you don't need any concealed carry permit or anything like that. You just can't you can't wear the weapon like a cowboy where it's out in the open. You gotta have it, you know, somewhere where people can't see it. I was able to juice. I have a juicer. Okay, no one says, any updates on the water collection system you made with that satellite dish ball? Let me see. Is the water great for a garden? Any good for drinking water after purifying it? Yeah, that's no enemies. That's a good idea. Let me get into that in a minute. I have a juicer, and over the last couple days in the hotel I was staying at, I started juicing some carrots and cucumbers and ginger and other stuff, apples, celery, cucumbers. So the last couple days I've really been juicing a lot of vegetables. We have a lot of great fruit and vegetables here in South Texas, and if you can get one of those cheap juicers, maybe at a Goodwill if you don't want to buy it new, but you can buy a decent juicer at a Walmart or any other kind of store. You can get a juicer to juice vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. That's some of the best foods you can do, and I've really been enjoying that over the last few days. Yeah, no enemy says juice is life. That's right. That's right. Yeah, so the water collection system, when I left like 5 days ago, I think it was a Wednesday I left last week, it had over 2 buckets or more of rainwater that it had collected. So it's working, that the collection system's working. And before I left, I took some of that water and I put, not only did I water the banana tree that I have growing there, but I filled several, maybe 3 gallons empty gallon jugs of plastic jugs with that water too, and there was still a lot left over. So it's perfect. That water collection system as it is good. I know when you let water sit for more than 3 days, mosquitoes start hatching. So when I get back there, I'm gonna see if there are any mosquitoes. We have a colder weather here right now, so maybe the mosquitoes aren't, even if it's sitting longer than 3 days, maybe you don't get mosquitoes. But out here tonight, I don't see any mosquitoes. Doesn't mean they're not here. When I get further into the brush by the remote camera site, that'll be the test to see if there are any mosquitoes out here. But it might be too cold for mosquitoes here. I don't know. But if there are mosquitoes there, I'll pour out the rest of that water onto the banana tree and just wait for the next time it rains. It's really down the road. I'm looking to get some type of container. They have them on. They actually have them on Facebook Marketplace, where you can look for barrels, barrels, barrels. And around here, you can get a 50-gallon barrel or container for like 50 bucks. I forgot to do that today. I wasn't planning to do it today, but I looked into it last week, and I was going to wait till I got my next paycheck before maybe buying that. So yeah, now I can get one of those larger containers so I can store the water and not have to use it all up or worry about mosquitoes. Good question. No enemies. Yeah, so I'm just looking to store more and more of the water. I don't know if I can drink it. I have some water purification tablets. I don't know what kind of paint is on that satellite dish, so I'm not sure I want to do that. But in a pinch, for sure, I could drink that if I needed to, if my life depended on it. It's a great, tonight there's a lot of fog, almost like a misty fog in the air. So last year I was looking into fog nets, FOG, fog nets. We're getting a lot of fog here. Sometime last year, I don't remember when it was, but maybe since I now own the property, I could get some of those fog nets and test that water catchment with those nets and see if I can store some of that water. I was thinking about getting an avocado tree too, like maybe a 5-foot tall avocado tree. Yeah, barrels are the best way to store water. Yeah, good on you, Sir Chris. You juice too, huh? Awesome, Sir Chris. As far as getting a solar panel, I was looking at doing that this month, maybe getting 1 or 2 solar panels. I haven't worked as much as I was planning to work this week and last week. So that's going to be, I'm going to see if I can still get those solar panels. If I get work this Friday, I might be able to start working again this Friday. And possibly I might be flying out to, where is it? I might be flying out to where, I'm trying to remember the name of the state here. It's up in the northwest, Oregon. I might be going to Oregon, Portland, Oregon, to work out there for about 8 to 10 days. We'll see. If that happens, I might be flying out on Thursday night or Friday. We'll see. Otherwise, I'll go back to work in the Hidalgo, maybe Mission area. Yeah, Oregon's a nice state. Yeah, it's low maintenance and no enemies. It's pretty awesome. It's so heavy that it's not gonna get blown away, and it's just a real simple system, yeah, to catch the water. Awesome. I think I've been to when I had a food manufacturing company in Charlottesville, Virginia. I had a co-packer down in Portland area who was in the 2007 through 2009, I had a food manufacturing company. I was making healthy organic chocolate and root bars, kind of like a yoga bar and a chocolate fudge brownie bars, but they were made without any milk. They're made with cacao, pistachio, honey, cashews, and some vanilla. That was one of the bars, and cacao butter and cacao. Depending on, I had 4 different flavors. So, but I had a co-packer out of Portland, Oregon for a little while, maybe about 6 months to a year. That was putting together the ingredients for me for a short period of time. But I never actually went out to Oregon. They got a storm over there in the UK, says Sir Chris. Wow. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Anyways, I think it reminds me. I think it's pretty nice over there. I may have been over there once. I don't remember. But also the beach over there looks really awesome. I've seen photos of it. It's a little sketchy as far as maybe a big tsunami would hit and the whole west coast would get wiped away. But it might be nice to go and just risk it for a little bit. I'm aware of that big scenario where that whole northwest might get swept under the water with some type of avalanche or something like that, right? Yeah. But the beach over there looks really nice. I've seen photos. I'm looking forward to it. I hope I get that. I hope I get flown out there to do the work. That'd be awesome. It would start. It would start soon. Maybe Friday or leave on Thursday night. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, there are 2 people who have, I want to send these emails to. There are 2 people who have licensing agreements here at OceanCam. And since I haven't been doing as much filming recently, I want to extend another free 6 months to those 2 businesses that have the licensing agreement with me. I just got to send the emails, but I'm going to give them another 6 months each for free just because I'm not here on site as much as I was planning to be, and maybe that'll just be a good thing to do. So instead of 6-month licensing agreement, give them 12 months for the same price. Yeah, the rule closure is still in effect. It looked like it was going to be till 8 p.m. We're obviously past the 8 p.m. point. We're at 8:33 p.m. So it's going longer than what was happening today. So Sir Chris, you were saying there was some type of cryo test. Was that on the Starship 25? Okay, it was on the booster. Oh, okay, it was on the booster. Good stuff. Was that on the over-launch platform booster, or is that on the booster 8? Okay, wow. On the platform. Okay. Is that Sir Chris, is it double stacked right now? Is there a Starship on top of it, or is it just on its own? On booster 7. Okay, there is. Wow. So there is a Starship on top of booster 7, and they did a cryo test. Awesome. A stacked cryo test. Did they do a cryo test on both the booster and the Starship, or just on the booster? If they have a stacked Starship booster over there, I'm gonna have to go over there and take a do some video tonight of that. That's something I gotta do. You know, don't want to miss it. So I think the last time I was here, it was stacked as well. So so also okay, so Sir Chris says maybe they just did the cryo on the booster, but it is stacked, and it was stacked when they did the test. That's awesome. That's cool. So if they stacked it and you know, they did a cryo test, and maybe they're going to do a spin prime, and maybe they're going to do the stack fire of the maybe up to 33 engines with the Starship on top of it. That would be the next variation, I would assume. Maybe they'll do less engine static fire just because it's stacked. Maybe they'll want to maybe do it 20 engine static fire before doing the full one with the Starship on top, because I don't think they've done a static fire with it in a stacked configuration. So maybe they just want to be super careful and maybe not do all the full engines while they have it stacked, is what I would assume. Okay, so Carl West says they ran some cryo into the Starship that had frost on the LOX liquid oxygen tank too. Awesome. Well, I'll have to check out some of the footage from so many other channels. Oh yeah, and I also want to say that I encourage somebody in the chat that you know, I would, when you say NASA did this or NASA did that, I would encourage people not to use the word NASA and just start to use the word the U.S. government, because things would make a lot more sense if you just use the word U.S. government, you know. And then it'd be a lot easier to understand what you're looking at and what people were talking about, you know. Using the word NASA is just to confuse, brings a lot of confusion. But if you just use the word U.S. government, that makes it clearer, much clearer. Also, there was a video series that I put out. I think it was yesterday. I was watching a. I think I labeled it the way the elite cult, the elite. What did I say? Yeah, I think I said cult. Yeah, the way the elite cult think, and that was a very interesting. Video series from 2013, I think it was, by 107. It was thought to be the descendant of JFK, the still living descendant of JFK. So JFK Jr. apparently is 107, and he is the person that was giving that talk in 2013, explaining how the elite, the people who think they are elite. Space cult, I think they're actually their genealogy goes back to apparently what they believe is that they were part of the satanic forces that came down from the heavens during the time of Adam and Eve, and that they were the other genealogy other than the they weren't the Adamic, or however you want to say it. They weren't the children of Adam. They were the children of the satanic forces, or whatever, however you want to call them, describe them. But so they want to, and they believe they came from off the earth. So he was describing this group of possibly families which are currently in this space field, trying to get off the planet again and also maintain their bloodlines because they believe they're special in some way. So it was a very interesting chat, and it did shine some more light on some other possibilities and potentials for why some of the different people act the way they do. Oh yeah, Nephilim or something like that, right? That's good, Sir Chris. Yep, something like that. Nephilim or something. Yeah, it's only like the unexperienced spiritual people who believe that type of stuff, because spirituality is it's just like any other university, and as you get more experience in spirituality, you peel away one belief after another. And it's only the lower levels of the spirituality where they have these thoughts and these differences. As you get more experienced in spirituality and actually experiencing what is, you get beyond this me and them type stuff, and your personality starts dissolving as you get more experience in happiness. And at a certain point, you start focusing on awareness and energy rather than people and names and things. So once you get past the realm of names, things, and forms, once you get past the realm of form and you actually you're in a more free area, then all the other beliefs and practices and other stuff which they teach you in the lower levels has no further bearing, because it has no substance in the higher levels, in the higher dimensions. So these beliefs about bloodlines and other stuff, it's really the women and the different and the men who follow the women rather than following the spirit and the source. As long as you rely on the earth, if you look at the Rudolf Steiner and the Goethe information when it comes to biodynamics, you see that the earth forces spread out. The roots of an earthy vegetable will have roots that go in every direction, but the more cosmic, the more heavenly, the more cosmic forces have a single root which goes deep into the earth. It doesn't spread out in every which direction. So there are different vegetables that have these, you could say they're more earthy, and there are other vegetables which are more cosmic. And so the earthy vegetables, you could say, are like the women. They have the more earthly energy, so they spread out in every which direction. But the one pointed, single pointed focus that you need to get to the higher dimensions is more cosmic. And it's when you become cosmic and focused is when you're able to pierce and expand into the higher dimensions without getting distracted in the lower levels. So when a aspirant gets to those higher dimensions and then lets go of the feminine earthy forces, that's when you can achieve and experience the oneness and the cosmic nature of reality. And neither side of reality is more important than the other. The earthy or the cosmic is the yin-yang symbol of the universe. So the feminine and the masculine are the two dimensions of the universe. So, but to get to the source is the unmanifest, and you can't get to the source as long as you're in the manifest. So you have to get beyond the manifest. You got to get beyond all the religious stuff, all the different practices and occult knowledge. You got to get rid of all that knowledge. You got to get rid of it, because it's like a crutch, and that crutch will prevent you from, as they say, going through the eye of the needle. Neither a rich man nor an occultist or a knowledgeable person, none of those people can get through the eye of the needle, because they're carrying too much baggage. You got to get to the unmanifest levels of existence to know the source, to be the source. And to be the source, to know the source, you have to let go of what you are. You have to let go of that which you believe you are. You got to let go of all your connections, everything you like and dislike, and you got to enter the nothingness, the void. And through that, eventually, you will get beyond the level of thought and mind. You will get beyond the level of mind into just being. And as you dissolve into the nothingness, you may be given more. And that is for you to experience. That's all I'm going to say about it. But maybe one day, after a lot of struggle and everything else, you'll be able to let go and still maintain awareness to some degree, so that your body will be able. You got to make your body strong before doing this. But if you have a strong body and you're able to let go of everything, then when you get back, there will still be life. Many people just experience that when they die, and then they forget about their life. You still exist after you're dead, but if you want to bring that back to life here on this planet, that's just another opportunity. Yeah, so the raw juices and the juicing helps your body get strong, in my opinion. This is all just my opinion, Got to check with your doctor. No. I'm not against women, and there are a lot of women who are very who know what I'm talking about. So this isn't like a man or woman thing. This is like a feminine, masculine thing. So this is like earthy versus cosmic. There are many, many women who have experienced and know the cosmic source. So, but I'm talking masculine, feminine. I'm not talking male, woman. I'm not talking man, woman. I'm talking masculine and feminine. Different. It's different. So. There are stories that there are people alive on the earth who are thousands of years old. Apparently in the 1990s, there was someone I respect named Robert Monroe, and he wrote 3 books, but one of the books he actually describes an experience he had out of body where he wanted to meet the oldest person on the earth. And apparently that person is or was 4,000 years old. So there are a lot of people who are looking for longevity, and I wrote a book called the Golden One, an out-of-body book. You might check it out on Amazon or at Walmart or wherever else, but it's called The Golden One, an out-of-body book by Prince Paul Mamakos. And in that book, I also describe a book that I read that I recommend, which is by Tapasviji Maharaj. Tapasviji Maharaj, and I described it a little bit in the book that I wrote. But in that book, it's called the Tapasviji Maharaj, the monk who lived 185 years. And apparently, this gentleman was a spiritual aspirant and very experienced spiritual person. But anyway, he gained some knowledge from somewhere about something called Kaya Kalpa. For those of you interested in longevity, you can go to India and look for a doctor that can give you Kaya Kalpa. K-A-Y-A-K-A-L-P-A. Kaya Kalpa. And it is a Hindu practice which involves 60 to 90 days resting in a darkened hut and having a person in the morning bring you some fresh cow milk from a happy cow. The cow has to be happy. Bring you a little bit of fresh cow milk every morning, and that's all you do for the whole day. That's all. You just drink that little bit of cow milk every morning, and you do that for 60 to 90 days, and you rest for the whole time frame. You don't use your iPhone or anything else. It's just a darkened hut that you rest in for that length of time, and the less movement you do, the better. And over that time, the Tapasvaji Maharaj was able to regenerate his body 3 times, and that's why he was able to live to the age of 185 years. And in India, there are doctors that can, if you have the money and you have the time and you have the will, they can put you through that Kaya Kalpa practice, and you can rejuvenate and regenerate and strengthen possibly a decrepit body back to a youthful state. So in the pharmaceutical industry here in the United States, they have outlawed the use of raw milk and raw everything else. You can't buy it in a store because it's too powerful. It's only from a farmer's club or some type of other membership club where you can get raw milk, because it's very powerful, and it's very, a lot of people claim that they've died from drinking raw milk. So I do not recommend drinking raw milk, and you definitely have to check with your doctor. And this is just not diet advice, but I personally have drinking a lot of raw milk, and I enjoy it quite a bit, as well as raw goat cream, heavy goat cream, and raw heavy cow cream, and raw unpasteurized unsalted butter. But you can only get that if you're a member of a membership club here in the United States. And so that's what Tapasvaji Maharaj had for 60 to 90 days while he was in India at different times of his life. He used to be one of those extreme yogis that would like hold his hand above his head for 12 years or something like that. So he did some extreme practices, and in order to heal his body after doing some of those practices for 12 years or whatever, he had to fix his body. And some of those times, a few of those times, he, in that rejuvenation process, he was able to loosen the tendons on some of his arms and heal some of the other things he'd screwed up on his body, so that when he came out of this rejuvenation practice, he looked a lot younger and people didn't recognize him. So if you ever are looking for another span on your life, you can always find a farmer who has a cow, a happy cow, and see if he would give you a little bit of milk every morning, or she. I don't know if it's a family or just a woman or a man with a bunch of cows. But if you can swing it, maybe that might help you. And again, check with your doctor. And my dad was a doctor, and my mom was a nurse. So, and I became a surgical technologist. I have a bachelor's degree in holistic wellness. So I am my own doctor. I taken that extreme risk of being my own doctor to cure myself. But you can do what you like with your doctor. The book is Tapasvaji Maharaj. Check it out. It might be, it used to be a very cheap book. It used to be like maybe $12, $15. I wrote about it in my book, and I've spoken about it on several shows. So it might be some extreme price, because I don't know if they even publish it anymore. But I mean, it may even be like $150 to buy that book. It used to be a lot cheaper, but I started talking about it, and I put it in my own book, and people might be selling it for some extreme price, but I guess you can just buy my book, or you can just keep in mind that if you do get a hold of that book, you might learn how to live a longer life. So that's it's up to you. But there was a gentleman from India, a doctor, who came to one of the places I was living for over 4 years at a yoga ashram in Virginia. There's some type of spotlight above us. I don't know what it is. Let me check it. Let me see what's going on. I've never seen a spotlight over here, but there is the drone. Oh, the drone's coming back, and it has a spotlight on the ground here. Kind of strange. Yeah, the drone is coming back, everybody. Let me zoom out. There you can see it right there, that light on the ground. I don't know what's going on. We'll see. I don't think they're going to land here. They have a landing plot at the restaurant. Awesome. Sir Chris says, I'm working on a long life now, being 61 years old. Yeah, I studied traditional Chinese medicine for 6 months. I'll see if I can get a shot here to the right. My seat is blocking the sheriff's car, but the sheriff is still here with the blinking lights. Yeah, you can hear the drone, that's true. They've got the light over here on the left for some reason, looking into the grass. I don't know what's going on. The car is blocking it. It's behind the thing here, but they're looking at something over there in the grass. Let me take the camera off the tripod here. It's a windy day. I'm very impressed with their drone on a windy night like this. I had looks like they're finished looking at whatever they were looking at. On a night like tonight, you really have to have a strong drone so it doesn't get swept away in the wind. So they must have a pretty good drone here, able to withstand all the wind outside. Yeah, they're looking for something out there. I'm not sure what. I get back to this shot here. They're circling back toward the out a ways. I don't know what they're doing out there, but they're looking around for something. Yeah, so there's a gentleman coming in from the UK this Thursday. So this Thursday is going to be kind of a busy day. I'm going to be around 11 in the morning. This guy is coming in from the UK, and then so I'm going to meet him at the airport. If you're listening, looking forward to meeting you at the airport. We've been chatting by email. So another tour is coming up. And we're going to go check out the sites. As long as the road is open, we'll go down to the launch site and check everything out. Otherwise, we'll check it out from here and check out the build site and see what we can see. If it's totally a no-go for checking out anything here at the launch site or at SpaceX, then I'll refund the money and hang out with them a little bit. Yeah, so it should be fun. Also, and then so we'll do that for a couple hours, and then I will either leave him here and pick him up later, or just bring him back to his to downtown. And he's going to walk around for a while, and at that point at 2 p.m. so 11 a.m. I'll pick him up at the airport. We're going to drive down, check everything out here, and then I'll either leave him here or drive him back to downtown. And then at 2 p.m. I'm going to be going to meet with the attorneys for a couple of hours, 2 to 4 p.m. And then after that, I'll either come back down, do some video, or possibly it might be the end of my day. Maybe pick him up if he's still down here and take him back to the airport, or I might be going to the airport to fly out to Oregon. So it's going to be a busy day on Thursday. We'll see how it all pans out, but that's the major details so far. We'll see how it all turns out. So. Let me rotate the camera a little bit down a little more. Just a minute. One of the wild cards this week is Phidias. That gentleman from, he's actually from Greece. I think he came to the U.S. for it took him a couple of years, but somehow he learned English. He speaks Greek, but he has about 900,000 subscribers on YouTube. Just work, Tom. I have the opportunity to make $150 a day working on different political campaigns, helping pass out flyers and other things. They'll put me up in a hotel. So good money. That's what Oregon would be good money. Wherever I get work, just good money. Purchase and buy things that I need, So it's a job for a couple of weeks, maybe 10 days. But, yeah, it's real cool, Tom. And this is all around the country, so you can look in your Craigslist. On Craigslist is where I found out about this job about a month ago, and every day I've worked, I've made $150 to $200 a day. So if you're able to find go to a political campaign, right now everybody's some midterm elections coming up here in the United States. If you're able to go to one of those spots, see if they need any help, any workers for the next 10 days or so. I think it goes for the 4th or the 8th of November. And they need people to canvass and to hand out flyers and stuff like that from door to door. So you can make good money doing that. And just giving you the heads up, a lot of times they'll start in June, but I think next year they're going to be starting up again. So wherever you live, if you're looking to make some good money and you're past the age of 18 and you have a vehicle, this could be a good opportunity for you to pay down some debt, or just to make some good money. And if you want to travel, they'll send you around the country, and you stay in a hotel for free, and they'll pay you every week, and you make some good money. So that's what I've been doing the last month. So for instance, I've made in the last month, I've made over $3,000 doing this kind of work. So yep, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, we still got a road closure here, so that's why I'm still here. Yeah, good stuff. We've been on for an hour chatting here. Good stuff. Yeah, I don't think it's tax-free, Tom. Yep. Yeah, I had to do a W-4 and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, not tax-free, no. But so I've been living out here in a tent at the SpaceX location on my property, right? My own land. And I'm thinking I may do a video for members only to show them how, if they want to buy their own property, how to do it and all that. But so I haven't been taking a lot of showers out here. You know, I have an agreement with some. I used to live at a place here, MSX, and I had an agreement. I don't know if it still exists, but where I could take 2 showers a month. So, and that and there sometimes we get some heavy rainfall out here. So those so that's been my real access to taking a shower here for the few months that I've been living out here on the property that I own. So, but it's been nice to take a shower and bath every day, anytime I wanted, while I've been here at the hotel for the last 5 days. So I've missed being able to do that. It's been over a year since I've been able to take a bath, and almost maybe a lot longer. January of 2021 was the last time I took a bath. So in the last 5 days, I've been able to take a bath every day, a couple times a day. So it's been since about January of 2021 when I could take a bath. So it's been able to take a bath. But I've been using from the grocery store, from Walmart. You can refill your 1 gallon jugs. I have to get one of those outside showers, you know, where you can fill it up with some water and it heats up during the daytime. That'd be nice, because we do get some sunny days here, and that would heat up the water warm enough to be able to take a nice outside shower. That'd be good. But I've been using gallon jugs of water to take showers. You just hold the water jug above your head and start washing. 1 to 2 jugs of water. You can fill them up at 2 empty water jugs to Walmart. You can fill it up in. So that's your if you want. You know, that's what I've been. You know, when it rains out here, a lot of the freshwater puddles on the landscape. So I've been thinking about getting to pump some of that water into a container, and then not only to collect the rain water, but also to collect some of that water that's already on the ground, you know, because when the northern peninsula here, and those puddles have not yet reached and expanded out to the ocean. At a certain point, the ocean kind of blends with that rainwater, and there's a drone above the launch site down there. You see that? Cool. They're checking something out. Water from the rain eventually merges with the ocean water, and then it becomes salt water. But before it becomes salt water, there's ample enough time to collect some of that rainwater and doing. It's kind of unusual to see the drone searching like that over there. Whatever they got to do, right? Whatever they got to do. There's a term called IFO. I've identified flying object. IFO, because it's not unidentified. We've identified it as the drone, so it's the IFO. So I was mentioning a little bit about Phidias. No enemy says, I thought they turned the tower lights off. You just zoomed out. Yeah, so Phidias has like 900,000 subscribers, and he did a video where he met like over 100 YouTubers who had over 100,000 subscribers. And one of the last YouTuber, one of the last ones he's met was Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast has over 100 million YouTube subscribers. So Phidias is he's tapped into the YouTube scene as far as making it reaching a lot of people. So and when I left, he had 800 and something thousand, maybe 870 or 80,000 subscribers, whatever. And when I got back today and I looked at it like 2 hours ago, he had like 903,000 subscribers. So he's gained over maybe 20,000 or so subscribers in the last 5 days. So he's doing a lot of cool stuff, and it was great to meet him 5-6 days ago. And yeah, he's still around, so I'll be able to chat with him and see what's going on. I look forward to seeing what he's up to. Let me know if you hear the number 66 and a third. There's some type of venting going on down there too. Let me know if we got the video back. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, so Chris, I haven't seen that. Video where I have watched a couple of his videos though. You know, I plan to watch more. Good stuff he's doing. I saw some of his short videos from the last 5 days too. Some good stuff. He's got talent. I think he's like 22 years old, so pretty awesome. There are a lot of trucks behind me, like I said in the beginning, and they're giving off some truck smell, diesel, you know. So I've been breathing that in for over an hour now. It's not so fun, but yeah, there's a bunch of trucks here at the roadblock, and they've been on for the last hour. Bad. We got some bad air out here. So one of the I did over the last few days, I watched there are some YouTube videos where cops are being attacked by dogs, and then having to take out their gun and kill the dog so they don't get bit, you know. So you might want to check out some of those YouTube videos, cop kills dog or something like that. So there's a lot of fun, you know, with the whole Dogecoin and everything else. So, oh, dogs are so nice and everything else, but yeah, when the dogs are out trying to attack you and kill you, it's good to have a weapon, you know. So I've enjoyed watching some of those videos over the last few days. You might check it out. Some good stuff out there online, YouTube, teaching you how to defend yourself in the case of a big dog trying to kill you. You know? So. Yeah, dogs are nice, just like people. People can be nice, but you know, we have jails, so we put these people in jail, and not always for the right reason, but sometimes it's good for a good reason. And same thing for dogs. You know, there's some good dogs and there's some bad dogs. So. You know, in yoga, they tell you that a tool. You know, you can look at a knife and you can say that's for cutting, or you can use a knife for a good reason, or you can use it for a bad reason, right? So there's no one thing which is good or bad, but the way you use it is the way it's being used is what makes it good or bad. So you know, people aren't good or bad, dogs aren't good or bad, but they can act good or bad, you know, and then you have to take action to for the appropriate situation. So just like there are a lot of poor neighborhoods out in where I was working a week ago, and I met up with a lot of big dogs, and it was very dangerous. So I'm just sharing some information here, some wisdom. Man, maybe they're gonna take it till 10 p.m. Let's see what time it is. We're yeah, 9:20ish p.m. right now. A lot of times they'll extend it to 10 p.m. and sometimes even to 2 a.m. So not sure how long this is gonna go. We're at 74 minutes. Hey John, nice to see you. Looks like there's still some venting from the tank farm there, on the orbital tank farm. There's some kind of venting at the, maybe at the bottom of, near, you can see it passing by the, I think it's booster 8 is what we're looking at. To the left of that is, I believe I was told earlier that it's Starship 25 on pad B. That we're seeing to the left of the booster 8 over there. You were out here 4:15 in the morning, huh, John? Wow. Yeah, we're living in interesting times. I'll talk a little bit about crypto here now. So some of you who are in the crypto sphere, we've had a downturn over the last 2 weeks, and maybe 2.5, 3 weeks. And so we're just coming past we're coming to, and then we'll be going past the new moon here. We're looking at maybe some good times. A lot of good news might get released over the next 2 weeks. And so I'm hoping that the pattern repeats over the next 2 weeks, some of the patterns we've seen over the last couple months. John was out here Sunday morning at 4:15 until 4 something in the afternoon. Wow, you were out here over 12 hours. Wow. Wow, John. On Sunday. So yesterday. Wow. Good on you. Wow. You got some good photos and everything? So if we do see what happened over the last 2-3 months happen again this week, the next 2 weeks, maybe next 2 to 3 weeks, we could see the crypto market go up again and enter that good phase. And you know, I've been following a little bit that the Ripple lawsuit, and they got the emails from the Hinman emails from the SEC, and so that was a big turnaround for that lawsuit of the SEC against that company Ripple. I think they're in the San Francisco area. They're also international, but I think their estimated value is over 10. I think it's around 15 billion net worth for that company, maybe a lot more. I'm not up to date on the situation there for their stock price and everything, but it's a private company, Ripple. If you're on Crunchbase, you can find out the ranking of Ripple amongst all the other companies, and they're very high up in the ranking. But they just had a big breakthrough in their case over the last 2 weeks, and if they're able to settle that lawsuit, I believe that crypto, I think they're number maybe 6 or so. They're in the top 10 cryptos there for digital assets. And maybe they'll shoot right up a lot higher if they win that lawsuit. So I think it's a couple of years in now, and again, if you're in I'm in some of those leveraged tokens, the FTX 3x tokens on a few of the different cryptos there. I've got a little bit of cash, a little bit of do-re-mi in that. Risking some of that. Again, if I've heard about something called the Dragon portfolio, and that's where you want to have a little bit in a lot of different places. So I've begun having a Dragon portfolio, but I'm not in 11 different sectors. I'm in a few different sectors, but as far as the crypto is concerned, I'm better situated on a small scale in the crypto side of things in some of those leveraged 3x tokens. And if we do see an upturn in crypto, maybe we'll get up maybe 30% from where we are now. And so that's what I'm looking at for the next couple of weeks. If we can get the completion of that lawsuit, possibly, you know, you never know, we might become if you're in some of those leveraged 3x tokens, and if Bitcoin were to reclaim some of its previous worth value, market value, some of those 3x tokens could go up 100x, or more, maybe even 1,000x. For instance, if you had $1 in one of these 3x tokens, and that crypto token price were to go back to its all-time high, that would be about a 1,000x of the value. So if you had $1, you would get $1,000. So if you had $100, you would have $100,000. So that's some of the kind of turnaround and these bull cycles are about 4 year long, and then the last bull cycle had a big it was very short. It was shortened comparison with the other bull cycles. So the next, if there is another bull cycle, I think the Wall Street is entering the game, so they crippled the last bull cycle. So we may not see another bull cycle like we've had in the previous 12 years or so. But if there is a bull cycle and some of those FTX tokens repeat some of their previous valuations, and you had $100 in one of these FTX tokens, there's a lot of different tokens, so it's hard to know which one to get. So it might be worth diversifying. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes only. But if you were properly positioned in a handful of these FTX tokens, 3x leveraged on the long side, on the bullish side, or possibly on the bearish side, maybe you might want to have a little bit on the bull side, a little bit on the bear side, because either way, if we have a stock market crash and everything goes to zero, it's possible that some of those bearish tokens will go up astronomically, and you'll still get 1000x in the down direction. So can't really determine which way it's going to go. Maybe even the bearish tokens in a complete market crash will go down as well. So you might miss out, and so it might be better just to have USD, remain in USD on the exchanges and be able to buy in when it crashes. So you never really know which direction it's going to go. Maybe some of these exchanges will go bankrupt and you'll still lose your money. So you can't be certain. It's a very high risk. But if they were to crash 1000x in the down direction and you were in the bearish tokens, you would still 1000x your money. If it went up 1000x back to the all-time high on some of these tokens, then you would 1000x your money. So if you had $1,000 in a bear, if you had $1 in the bearish token and $1 in the bullish token, and if it went either direction, you would still make $1,000. For instance, that's just an example. Again, there's many ways to screw that up, and there's many ways to be scammed out of your tokens and all kind of other stuff. So, crypto is a very sketchy arena. So it's just one of those. It's like a big risk. No Enemy says, "Yep, all I've invested was in Crocoin, and so far it's a slump. Hoping it's recovering soon." Yeah, I don't know what Crocoin is, No Enemies, but maybe that's just an adjective for many different coins. Like crow is another word for poop or shite. Crow could mean that, or maybe it's an actual name of a coin. I don't know. So John says, "I drove about 3 miles to the right of Highway 4, the direction facing the Rio Grande, to take pics of the ship 24 and Booster 7. Same to the direction going to Boca Chica jetties." Awesome. So you went toward the south to the Mexican border. Awesome. And then you also went to the north toward South Padre Island. Wow. Good on you. Did you? In your Jeep, huh? In your 4-wheel drive Jeep. Maybe you fixed it, or you have another vehicle. Oh, that's cool, John. Good. That's quite the journey there. Good on you. Crypto.com coin low. Oh, I've never heard of that. I've heard of Crypto.com, but I didn't know they had a exchange token called the Crow coin. Interesting. All right, one of the sheriffs are moving. I don't know if they're just switching out or if whether they're doing something different here. It looks like the road closure is ending, everybody. They're moving they're opening the road right now as we speak. All right, road closure is over, everybody. Let me to get the shot. Sorry, I've got a sunscreen over there. I've got a dirty window too. But they just moved away that road block, and the sheriffs are about to drive away. They're going to open the road soon, I believe. I could get out of the truck, but it's very windy, so it would be bad on the mic. You see the sheriffs are driving away right now. That's not me moving the camera, that's them driving down the road. So you can see the sheriffs driving down, I guess to check out the beach or whatever. The road here is open. I don't see any sheriffs here at the roadblock, so I believe the road is open, everybody. So there's no sheriff here. Usually they'll leave somebody here if the road is still closed. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to go see if I can see what Fidias is up to, and then I'll do a live stream probably down by the launch site. The trucks are starting to drive down the road too. Yep, the road is open. Thanks for tuning in. Ocean Camera Space Corp, October 24th, 2022. Crazy. All right, we're seeing the opening of the road. Everybody's going down to the launch site. All right, yeah, see you, Sir Chris. Good. I'll catch up with you in a little bit from down by the launch site. It may be a little bit longer than a little bit, but John, you saw him too. That's good. Yeah, his name's Fidias. He has a channel. He got like 900,000 subscribers, and he's met all the top YouTubers on it, or at least in the United States. Very passionate young gentleman. I think he's 22, but he's done a lot of amazing things. All right, signing out from Boca Chica, South Texas. Ocean Camera Space Corp. Yeah, I might be wrong. He might be a little bit older, but I think he's around 22. I'll have to ask him again. All right. Thanks. See you soon, guys, gals. Be well. No enemies, Sir Chris. Carl, thank you.